Howdy everybody, welcome back to Hinterland and our Struggle is Real series. So we are still in the same day as where we left off the last episode. If you remember, we put canola in this field with our very unique seeder spreader. Now what would be cool is if, because we're spreading that over the field basically, is if we could roll them in after. It'd just be a bit more, not realistic, but just, you know, it would be nice. And I would like to do all the rolling and liming, but the money is tight, as we know. So for now we are going to skip rolling. As you can see, bottom right, it does need lime because it's a new field, but again we can get away with that. But we've got canola growing in there. But what I would like to do, and the reason why we are still in the same day, is I think we could get the second coat of fertilizer on here, and that should be then complete, because where that was obviously grass, we've ploughed it in. If I turn off the rolling and the lime, let's turn the stones off as well. So yeah, we do have, what's that there? That's mulching, isn't it? That's weird. I think I did buy that plough with the mulching option, didn't I? But something, I don't know what, I probably pressed something wrong there. But that should then, let's leave those off. That should then give that its second stage of fertilizer, and we wouldn't have to worry about that field until harvest. So I think that's what we'll do straight away. And then we're going to skip on, because that silage, which is fermenting, it's probably not obviously silage yet, but it will be. Let's drop this down just there. This is the other thing, we've got equipment everywhere. Look, you can see it in the background. So we will, as soon as we can, get some sort of shed just to tuck a few things away. But it's going to be a case of just building up, isn't it? We know that. And we need somewhere to sleep, because I'm having to skip through manually with the time every time I want to go into the next day. So we will be, hopefully, this episode getting somewhere to lay our heads down sensibly. Do have that hut over there, you probably can't see it now, but that's completely empty, so we could probably get rid of that and get something else. Now, fertilizer spreaders, I did have a couple already installed, but I found another one on the mod hob. So I did have this one installed, and then I've got a couple of other smaller ones, but they're a little bit pricey. But I found this guy. I think I have used it before, but I can't remember how it performed. But it is 10 meters working width, whereas that's only 6, so that's already a good thing in my eyes. And it is cheaper. It does only hold up to 326 litres. That only holds 300 litres, so we're ticking all the boxes. So at the moment we're on 253. Oh, that's good. It does not cost us anything to increase the capacity. Decal on extension. Oh, there we go. The sign up. I'm not worried about that. Covers, that's those. I think we'll leave it as is with those covers on. Attaches trailer hitch. I don't think we need a trailer hitch. It may come in useful further down the line, but for now we don't need it. It doesn't cost us anything. I think we'll keep that grey. It's pretty cool. The yellow will keep the same. What is the red? That possibly was that writing, wasn't it? There we go, yeah. I think we'll leave it like that. 790 euros. I'm normally in pounds, aren't I, on this series? I think I've left it on euros from Ballyspring. I'll change that later. Right, so we need some fertilizer, and if we go into, is it here? I'm getting, yes, it is these. I can buy these bags for 50. They will hold 100 litres because we don't need to be buying a massive bag like this, and plus we cannot afford that. So that again is out of our reach. But if we scroll through, this is part of a mod called Farm Supply Pack. If you haven't got it, awesome mod. You can get pallets of these bags as well, and it works out a lot cheaper than buying it from the store base game, that is. So where is, there we go, fertilizer bag. So if we were to buy 4 of those to start with, I think, yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, I can count. I can't get to 5, so that's why we're buying 4. I'm only joking. Whoa, that seriously is heavy on the front. It's because that stretches right out, doesn't it, that? Now I think we need to load these manually, which is fine. That's not a problem. They will disappear as they go. And then the last bag should leave us with a little bit left in, hopefully. There we go, 7. I wonder if we could... Oh, I'll tell you what, I will leave this here because if I go and put it down in the grass, I will never find it again. I know I won't. Oh, that's pretty cool. That lowered that itself. That's good. Hopefully we're a bit more counterbalanced now with that like that. But that's the only reason why it gets really front end heavy, is because that is sticking out so much. But we'll see how we get on. Now, is this going to accept the second stage? Because sometimes you can't. I think it should, because I would say it is grass. It was grass, should I say. Yes, it is. Awesome. That's a nice spread width. That is pretty good for us. To buy a spreader that cheap and getting it that wide is pretty good. And it's not going down that quick. The question is, can we actually get this field completed in one load? I mean, it's not a huge amount of money to buy a couple more bags, but we will if we have to. And I think once we've done this field, we will go on into the next, well, it'll be the next month, wouldn't it? September. Ooh. There is a log there. I must remember, we're not going to get a lot for that, but I am going to sell it, I think. Every little helps, so they say. Right, let's go around. Let's try not to waste too much of this. We're going 8 miles an hour as well. That's pretty good. It said 7, so we're getting an extra 1 mile per hour out of this. I absolutely love this tractor though. It's so cool. Really quirky. Obviously we will be upgrading. We can't survive with just this little thing. But to start off with, it's been an absolute lifesaver, as well as the little micro tractor over there. I mean, we possibly will keep them. We'll see. Because they were fairly cheap anyway to start with, we're not going to get a huge amount of money back from them. And it would be kind of cool to keep them, and then as we get sort of towards the end of the series, or we get really well established, to look back and think, those were our 2 first tractors. That'd be pretty cool when we're driving around a Fendt 1050. That is a long way off saying that, but it could be a possibility. Who knows? Let's put that on, because I am going to, it doesn't really matter, but I think I started this series in pounds. I don't normally do that unless it's a UK map. I kind of tend to use the currency of the sort of region we're in, if that makes sense. So if I'm on an American map, a Canadian map, I'll go into dollars. On a European map, you know the drill, you know what I'm trying to say. Just to kind of feel like you're there in the place. But for some reason I thought I'd start on here and we'll just keep it on pounds. This is going well. And then obviously, as you can see, we've got stones. Again, something that's out of our reach at the moment. We could go down like the bucket route, but that's going to take quite some time to pick those up. This is quite a big field, which again is very exciting for our first field. It's going to take quite a while for the canola to be ready to harvest though, but it is what it is. We need to try and get another field over that side at some point. I need to concentrate when we're going because I don't want to waste any fertilizer. But we also need to be wary of the seasons. That's something I've only just realised actually, because time is ticking on. We're going to be into October in a second when I skip forward. So yeah, and we're playing 2 days per month. So we will have two, well, probably not two, probably one opportunity to get some wheat or barley in. We could also make a grass field. That will give us a better yield if we can fertilize it, double fertilize it. If we're ploughing up the field, the grass, then it should already have one stage on it like this one. That will give us a better yield and chuck a bit more into the bunker silo over there. And again, that bunker silo is not always going to be there. When we can afford it, we can get a bigger one, but for now this is how we've got to go, which is absolutely fine by me. This is really one of my most favourite ways to play this game, I must admit. I just love the, I missed a tiny little bit there, the buzz of building yourself up with nothing, and then you earn enough money to be able to buy something new and bigger, and you're like, yes, worked so hard for that. Whoa, that was a little bit too fast there. It's starting to get a bit top heavy, or front heavy should I say, because we're getting less fertilizer in the back. Oh look, it spins around as well. How cool is that? Nice animations. Right, we're almost there. I think what I'm going to do is chuck that log in the back of this spreader, and we will go and sell that. How much do you think we are going to make off of that? It's going to be very minimal. And I think when I bring you back in, actually, looking at our money, when I bring you back in, we're going to have hardly anything, because we'll be getting charged our monthly fee for the loan, which I'm pretty sure was £333. So that's not going to be very good, is it? Right, I'll jump out. Can we chuck that in there? And it will stay there. That kind of is, if I drive sensibly, which most of you will know doesn't happen very often. There we go, the first little slight corner, and it's gone. Right, what about if we go, whoa, upright? Let's try that. Let's just do this little bit there, and we'll check, and there we go. Look at that. There's a couple of tiny little spots. I don't know why they're like that, but we'll leave that. I think I'm happy with that. We'll go over, we'll sell this tiny little bit of log. I will chuck the rest of the fertilizer into here, because I can't see that we'll be... Oh no, this won't take lime anyway, will it? It is just a fertilizer spreader. Hello cows, how are you doing? Anyone fed you yet? I don't think they have they? Right, it should register like that. Probably going to get about £30, I expect. 98, happy days. Right, I'm going to chuck the rest of this fertilizer in the bag, and then I will see you in October, and I'm hoping that silage will be ready. Good morning, welcome to October. So our money did go down, 333 for the loan, and also £2 property maintenance. So there we go, £207 left. Now, as you can see over here first, look, we do have canola growing. Happy days. So it's not going to be 100%, but this is the best we can do for now. But that's going to take quite a while, like I said earlier. Silage, 94%. So what we are going to do is fast forward. I think, is that going to go up to... Right, it goes up 2%, so I think 1 PM we should be good to go. Oh no, we've got rain coming as well. When is that heading here? 5 o'clock, we should be good. Should be good to go. Almost ready, almost ready. Bang! 300%. 300%? Where have I got 300%? 300%. I think that's because I had putting it on times 3 in my head, and I said 300%. 100%. Right, now another thing, I'm a bit worried, is this going to open this silo halfway and we're going to need some form of bucket? I hope not. Oh, that has done it fully. Why is it left that strip? That's a bit... Oh, open. Oh, brilliant, brilliant. I was worried that wasn't going to happen. Right, what is the price like for silage? It's probably not its best, but we're going to need to sell because we are struggling. So October, yeah, it's taken a little bit of a dip there. It's not bad. Port, it is going up. We'll keep an eye on those prices. Now the next thing, will it allow us to pick this up with the loading wagon? Some do, some don't. There we go. I really hope so. Let's turn that on. If not, we're going to get... I don't know what we're going to do, because we can't get a front loader for this. Right, I know I don't have access to this land, but I do have... Yes, I have access to this land because it is mine. 13,000 litres. Let's go and sell to the port, which is the sell point we go to all the time, but it's the best price. I say all the time, it's only because all we've had to sell is wood. I think that's the only place to sell wood at the moment. The barge is in. You can have this silage if you want. Right, so what's this going to give us? Let's get a better camera angle so you can see the price. Come on, look at this money coming in. This might seem dismal amounts to you guys, but on this series, this is a lot of money. 2,178. And that was 13,000 litres. We had just over 50 on there, so... And we've got a good few loads left. So we are going to finish on a high, and I think we will head on over to there and we'll sort ourselves out some form of house, sleep trigger kind of thing. It all depends on what the prices are for them. Don't want to be going too mad and spending a lot of our money on a house. At the same time, we want to be... Right, why is that? Why is that running so slow? There we go. I don't know why that was struggling there for a moment. I think it got stuck in a wrong gear. Right, let's go and sell this bit. So this should take us up to nearly 4.5 grand. Come on. This is what I am talking about. Look at that, over 4.5 grand. And like I said, if we did go for a grass field, which we will do at some point, whether that's the next field or not, then it's going to give us a lot more grass off of that field to chuck in a bunker silo. I mean, we don't need to make a huge field, but I think we need to be making big enough fields to be able to make the money. So this field here is good in my eyes. We're going to get a decent amount off of that, enough to make it worth our while, so to speak. Right, let's just go back to that. Yeah, I think as I come off of there, it seems to... it's stuck in first gear, isn't it? Right, there we go. That's really weird. Okay, we're nearly there, guys. We're getting there. Look at the money, though. Oh, I'm excited. I am grinning as I talk. And this is what I kind of meant earlier when I said about the buzz. I know a lot of people like to play this way. But then again, it is also nice because, you know, I do tend to make my series where they are a little bit of a struggle. Tend to make things hard for myself. So then it is nice to go the other way, to load into a map. Be able to use big machines and equipment that you don't normally get to use. But that's what I've said all along about this game. That is the beauty about it. You can get to play it however you want. You can play it realistically, you can play it unrealistically. You can have big machines, you can have small machines. Right, this technically, if I can get back up on the pile, should all fit in here. So let's go back and grab that little bit first. There we go. It's really handy that we've been able to do this as well. I wasn't expecting that bunker silo to fully open like that. Normally it just folds back a little bit. I think that's if you've got the walled bunker silos out. But that is pretty awesome that we've been able to do that. And there we go. A bunker silo is empty, so we'll turn that off and off we go. Sell the last bit. With a bit of luck, that's going to push us up near 8 grand, maybe more. Should be more actually, shouldn't it? Should be pushing more towards 9. That is insane. Insane, I tell thee. There we go. $8,732. I'm not even worried about getting charged interest for the loan now. That is awesome. I didn't actually check. Yeah, we still were selling at the best place. Restaurant is creeping up though. Right, we'll head on over to here. I'm going to turn off the help window, and I think to finish off we're going to create ourselves a nice little place to live right by this beautiful little lake. I do want to keep our house on this sort of concrete pad if I can, or whatever it is, dirt. I'm not quite sure. Try to keep all this decoration here, but we may have to move some. Yes, there is a collectible there, but we're not going to touch that. They are out of bounds for this series. I think we'll be okay without them, unless things go drastically wrong. Right, we're actually going to get £24 for that, which is brilliant. Yeah, I don't know what we're going to fit in there actually. Might have to get rid of that log. Right, let's just have a quick look, see what we've got in the way of farmhouses. Obviously these are going to just be ridiculously out of price. That would be cool, something like that. Be quirky, wouldn't it? But again, we can't afford it. Now we do have that, which is part of the Hinterland mod, which is basically what we just got rid of, but it's actually got a house inside Sleep Trigger. But again, that's a lot of money. I don't really want to go for a tent. I know we could, that would be the cheap option, but that I don't really want to do that. I'd rather get ourselves a little house straight away off the bat. Now, I don't really want one of these either. They look a bit out of place, don't they? What about if we went for, and this is an OmaTana mod, the tiny house for 1,000. That could probably sit there still, couldn't it? What are we thinking? Something like that. Bosh. Right, we've done it. So that's cost us 1,000. We can go in. It is very tiny. I'm pretty sure this... There we go. There's our bed. Happy days. Put that back up. But that's fine. That's all we need. We've got somewhere to cook some food and have a cup of coffee and things like that. Somewhere to sit. Look, they put fruit down and everything for us. That's cool. We've got a sleep trigger and we can still come out and have this beautiful lake here. I'm happy with that. But we still leave the episode on £7,756. That is pretty awesome. Very happy with that. So, I hope you have enjoyed this episode, guys. If you have, please hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. Don't forget to smash the bell so you don't miss any future videos of mine. I've been Farm Sim Snowy. Stay frosty.